Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You can call me Kai and this is my crafty corner of the internet. I typically talk about cross stitch, but sometimes I'll throw in a few extra crafts too, and we're back with another monthly update on all my cross stitch progress. So, May was actually very productive and I've got a couple of finishes, I've got 2 whips to show you, and then a little bit of extra stuff at the end. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. So, starting off with finishes, I've got a finish that I'm sure none of you are surprised with. It's the Secret Grove Stitch Along by Needle-Lot Designs. Here's where it was at last time you guys saw it. So yeah, the last part was released on May 9th, and here it is, all stitched up. There was a bonus chart released with the final part, but unfortunately I can't stitch it on this fabric. I just very much do not have the room for it. And I'm kind of bummed about that because even though I'm okay with it not being on the same piece like this way, I would have liked to have stitched it on the same color of Ada. That way it still matches and everything, but I don't have any more of this fabric and I don't really want to place another order for it. And I'm really kind of bummed because if I had started this a little closer to like one of the other sides, then I would have been able to cut off the excess and had enough to stitch the bonus part. But oh well, right. I mean, it's still a gorgeous piece even without the bonus chart. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm really excited about it, but I have to really think about how I want to fully finish it. So my initial idea was to kind of fold down the top, sew a little pocket, and then hang it on a hanger, you know, finishing the other raw edges as well. So the bonus chart is another animal character, and so I don't know how I want to stitch that up and include him. No, I have to do some thinking, but let me bring this in so you guys can see all of the details. This was such a fun stitch along, and I'm so glad I was able to keep up with it the entire way. With this being finished, I now am no longer part of any stitch alongs, and honestly, I think I'm okay with that for right now because I've got some big full coverage pieces that I want to put my attention on. Our part 10 was released on May 9th and I stitched it up in 5 days. So yep, the Secret Grove is now finished. I finished it on May 13th. Now the next thing that I have is a fully finished object, and it's the Fresh Flowers by Dimensions. I just have it laced up in a frame that I picked up from Walmart. Nothing too special, but I did finish it, fully finish it, so that can go up on my wall now. So yeah, nothing else to say about those things. So now we'll move right along into my whips. I have 2 whips this month, and the first one is the Enchanted Ornaments Stocking by Dimensions Gold Collection. Here's where I was at last time you guys saw it. And then after 15 days of stitching, here's where I'm at now. I've already gone ahead and stitched in my name, covering it up because Kai is not my actual name, if you can believe it. So I've stitched in my name, and I've also gone ahead and recharted this entire top section, like the half stitches in the background. The original chart left in like a shadow of the name Alexander, and I thought that would be too distracting for me. I noticed it, and frankly, if I had stitched that as the chart said to, all I was going to see was Alexander, which is a really cool name, but it's not my name. So went ahead and recharted that. So I'll be working on that next, and then I think what I'm trying to do right now is, you know, once I get the background stitching and the back stitching done up here, I'll move back down to the move back down here. And I started filling in, this is all from page 1, and I started filling in, like I did all of the background work too, and then I moved over here, and I think I'm going to do by color, and then do everything in the background, and then work on the Christmas bauble right here. And I'll try to, my goal is to try to get page 2 finished up, at least all of the cross stitching. Try to get page 2 all finished up by the end of June. So, and then my next WIP that I'm still very, very excited about, I'm stitching June Blooms by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Margaret Morales. Here is where I was at last time you guys saw it. This is charted at 208,000 stitches, and I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross on 25 count pre-gridded Lugana. I managed to stitch on this for 26 days in May, and here's where I'm at now. I've hit 3%, 3.03% specifically. And there are 6,294 total stitches so far, which means I pretty much stitched like almost 5,000 stitches this month. I've hit the bottom, both the bottom and rightmost edge of page 1. And my goal will be to finish off page 1, and then I'm still trying to decide if I want to just continue all the way across, you know, do pages 1 through 6, which means moving the hoop, or if I want to, because like I've got a bunch of, or I've got some extra fabric over here. So moving the hoop to work all the way across and then jump down to the next row of pages and work that way, or if I want to fill in all of what I can in the frame before I move my hoop. So I don't know. Still trying to decide how I want to tackle that, but I'm definitely going to fully finish page 1 first, and then maybe plot out from there. I did get a I think it's a 30-inch scroll frame. I got that from Christmas last year, so it would be big enough to hold all of the fabric, and I am kind of thinking maybe putting this in that scroll frame just to see how that works out for me, because my wonderful husband gave me a Lowry stand as part of my Mother's Day present, which like I'm really happy with. It's definitely helped like with my stitching. It has made it a lot easier for me to get in and out of my stitchy chair versus the lap stand that I had to like push down the chase and then crawl over the arm to get out of the chair, because there was just no other way for me to get out. But with the Lowry, I can just swing my work away and then get up normally, which is nice. So since I have that Lowry stand, I would be able to stitch with a longer scroll frame if I wanted to, just to try it out and see how that works. I do really like the Nerd Troops that I'm using right now. They're keeping everything like really beautiful tension, and it's so lightweight. But yeah, I am really pleased with my progress this month. Like I can't, like I've almost finished this leaf. I'm getting into some more flowers and more leaves over here, and a few flowers. But I think once I move over to page 2, that will definitely be a lot more flowers. So I'm really excited. I'm loving stitching on this every time I go to pick it up. In fact, sometimes it's the only thing that I stitch because I love it that much. But now that I'm done with Secret Grove, hopefully it'll be easier for me to balance both of these WIPs. That way I can get my stocking finished as well. It'd be really cool if I could finish the stocking before Christmas this year. It'd also be really cool if I could finish that stocking before August. That way I have time to stitch my husband's stocking, and then we have all 3 stockings to use for Christmas this year. So yeah, those were my 2 whips. And so yeah, kind of touched on this already, but moving forward into June, my plans for June include pretty much just stitching the enchanted ornaments and June blooms. Try to do those once a day at least. I think it'd be nice if I could do like at least 20 days worth of stitching on enchanted ornaments. I'd really like to finish page 2, but I'm not gonna like set too hard of a deadline or too hard of a goal, just because I don't want to get burnt out. June blooms, I absolutely believe that I can finish page 2. It'd be cool if I could get to at least 9%, because I can clearly do 3% a month. That would be nice. Again, the main goal is just to stitch on it every day. Anything else is a nice plus, a nice bonus. So yeah, that covers all of the stitchy stuff. Otherwise, the other things that I did in May were a bunch of sewing. Oh, I built a new dresser back here, you can see. I had a set of plastic drawers that were on their last legs and absolutely needed retired, so built a dresser. It's an IKEA Stork Linta. This is the 4-drawer version. I've got the 3-drawer on the other side, holding my sewing fabric and acting as my ironing table. They're nice. I like them so much. I like them a lot. And then I did a little bit of sewing. And then the other thing that I sewed up, which has been really nice, is this. I am calling this my sofa stitchy station. It's just a little 3-panel like sewing organizer, really. Put these over here. These are the 2 floss drops that I'm actively working on for June blooms right now. But yeah. So up here at the top is a needle patch holding my extra size 28 needles. This square here is, I still technically need to finish it. It's missing a snap up here, and then this fabric square here is supposed to be a fold-up tray, so there's supposed to be snaps in the corners. And the idea is like snap it up when I start a stitchy session, and then it's a tray, and so it becomes a tray to hold my floss drops. This just gets laid out over the arm of my couch when I go to stitch. And then down here, I've got a big pocket back here that I'm keeping all of my thread orts. And then a little pocket here for my scissors. This is a needle minder that I got from Alum and Ink's Etsy shop. And my scissors are magnetic, so I just tuck it in right there. It holds my scissors in place so I don't have to worry about them falling out. And then in this pocket, I'm keeping the package from my size 28 needles. This is currently Naughty Needle Gel. So basically, I started stitching with a needle, and I noticed that I was getting an awful lot of thread shredding. Like my thread was just falling apart in the middle like all of the time, and I was getting so frustrated with it. So I switched out needles and suddenly it didn't have that problem anymore. So to make sure I never pick up that naughty needle again, it is living in Naughty Needle Gel. So I'm just keeping that in here. And then the other thing that I keep in this pocket is something new to me that I've never used before, is some scented thread conditioner. Again, going back to my thread shredding issue, I didn't know if it was the needle or if it was, or like what it was. So I figured I'd pick up some thread conditioner just to test it out and that stuff. And I got some scented samples. So I bought some scented thread conditioner samples from Craftagurumi's Etsy. The 6 scents that I picked out were, I bought Lost Woods, White Winter Witch, Besaid Beach, Kingdom of Zeal, Clean Citrus, and Hyrule Field. And I loved all of them except for Hyrule Field, but that's a me thing. But the scent that I picked out for June Blooms is Lost Woods, and it smells amazing. It, like, not quite an after the rain smell, but really close. So yeah, I'm using Lost Woods for June Blooms, and then obviously White Winter Witch will be for Christmas. I really like the Kingdom of Zeal for spring. Clean Citrus is just like a general happy smell to me, and then Besaid Beach will be for my summer stitching. I've actually never used thread conditioner before, but I may start. Now that I have these wonderful scents, I may start using it more. So then the other thing that I bought was a little small kit. I currently don't have any like travel friendly cross stitching, and I have been kind of missing having something to stitch on while I'm sitting at the coffee shop. I try to go out once a week just to get some time out of the house. Was finding that even if I tried like reading at the coffee shop, I didn't stay out very long, and so I've just been really missing having a cross stitch, like a travel friendly cross stitch. So I picked up this. This is the Dimensions Gold Collection Petites Overlook Cafe kit. Yes, this is just the paper, the insert paper right now. That's because I already took the whole kit apart and stuck it in my project case, and I'm in the process of gridding the fabric. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I'm pretty much going to exclusively stitch that at the coffee shop. So yeah, like I said, I don't know when I'm going to start that one. Could be June, could be July, don't know, we'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please take the time to be kind to yourself today and do something that makes you happy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye friends, happy stitching!